Hello, people of Earth and elsewhere. Welcome to SpamCrackers Plays JoJo's Bizarre Fan-Made Dating Simulator, otherwise known as Joestar Struck. I found out that this game existed only recently, and I decided, you know what, why not give the demo a shot? It's just about the only dating simulator that I will allow myself to play. I will not comment on that anymore. But this is supposed to be, kind of fluffy. And I like fluffy, so I figured, yeah, why not? This is only the demo, so... Oh boy. Back, history, skip, auto, save, quick save, load, preferences, and how do I don't play video games! As I walk up the slope, I'm trying not to drag my feet. Students wearing the same uniform are walking along the same incline, split into little groups and talking animatedly even though it's so early in the morning. Why the hell are they so happy? The school has one of the worst reputations in the whole city. What city are we in? But I guess it takes a special kind of person to come to a school like this. The kind of person who doesn't care that they're going to a school designed especially for delinquents. Or maybe I'm just grumpy. Mornings aren't my thing. True enough. I kick a rock along with me, going as far as to veer on my path when I kick it too far out of the way. All these kids be damned. This rock will be my new friend. Yes! It's not that I have the intention of not making friends at this new school, but starting a school year in the middle of a semester wasn't going to be easy. Everyone's already gotten into their little friends groups, having already bonded. Not much room for a new kid. Especially one who isn't even a delinquent. I kick the rock a little too forcefully and it skitters far ahead of me. I watch in slow motion as it zooms towards a storm drain. Plop. There goes my friend! I just killed my one and only friend. So this is it, huh? I was expecting busted windows and weeds, maybe a little ominous lighting, but it looks like any other school. I guess it does. The kids, too. Sure, there's more than a few crazy hairstyles, and most have taken very generous liberations with the uniform, but they're not that bad. No, I can't get weak. Even if I'm lonely, I can't let my guard down. If I do, the next thing I'll know, I'll be in a gang and committing petty crimes and arson. Gotta stay on my toes. Constant vigilance. Hey there. Josuke! I jump and immediately take on a defensive stance that I've seen in old kung fu movies. The guy laughs and looks me up and down. Whoa there, pal. I ain't looking for trouble. He seems nice enough. I ease my fists down. So I guess I was right to assume that you're the new kid, right? Mr. Jonathan told me you'd be coming today. Yes! Mr. Jonathan, question mark? That's our homeroom teacher. Yes. I guess he lets us call him by his first name to appeal to the youth or whatever. I can dig it. The guy shrugs. He's pretty straight-laced, but he's cool. Mr. Jonathan asked me to give you a little tour. How nice of him! Oh, yeah. I'm Josuke, by the way. What should I call you? Hirohiko? Yeah, no. I'll be Leslie. Well, Leslie, let's get going, shall we? Sure. Josuke shows me around. Kids are milling around the hallways and filtering into classrooms, paying us little mind. Everything actually looks pretty ordinary. It might actually be a little nicer than the school I used to go to. Maybe. Or maybe it's because I'm in good company. As opposed to bad company. Josuke's really talkative, giving me people to watch out for, pointers on how to fit in, and other odds and ends information. He's quick to laugh and has a certain charm that makes me feel at ease. I can see Josuke having that kind of effect, I guess. Well, that's our humble little school. I guess it's time to go to class now. I don't know, that roof could probably use another looking over, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. No, I want to see Mr. Jonathan. If I can. Because there's supposed to be other character cameos and stuff. Everyone looks at us when we enter the room. As to be expected, the teacher, Mr. Jonathan, stops writing on the board and gives us both a sunny smile. Mr. Jonathan says, "There you are. I was starting to wonder if you two had gotten lost." No art. He looks to me and smiles even brighter. "Wow, if he keeps this up, I'm gonna go blind." No, keep smiling. "You must be Leslie. It's great to meet you." I mumble out some reply and do normal classroom introductions. Mr. Jonathan tells me that there's 2 seats available. One of them is near the back, and I can see that Josuke is right next to it, and the other seat is by the window. Perfect daydreaming fodder, if I've ever seen it. We're gonna sit by Josuke, because why would we sit by a window? I'm not an anime protagonist. I don't hesitate. Josuke is my only lifeline in this school, and I'm gonna take every opportunity I'm given to stick by him. As I make my way to the seat, I can see Josuke try to hide a smile. Is he happy that I chose to sit by him? Class here is pretty much the same too. Maybe with the exception of the teacher, who I'm pretty sure used to be a bodybuilder. Yes, we're gonna keep staring at the teacher. Or a model. Or both. Even if he's big and pretty, he's still got that teacher charm that makes me zone out and daydream. I've had some good teachers. Teachers aren't bad. I wonder what's gonna be served for lunch. Something slides across my desk, pulling me from my near zoning. I look over and Josuke is tapping a pen against his lips innocently, looking all too suspicious with the way he's suddenly absorbed with the lesson. It's just 5 minutes ago you were falling asleep. I can see through your ruse, Josuke. Meet me after class if you want an ass-kicking. By ass-kicking, I mean if you want to hang out. I read over it a few times before picking up my pen. By the way, I clearly have no problem reading swear words. I'm sorry. Passing notes is bad. Nah, sure, why don't we hang out with Josuke? Honestly, I think it's cute he passed me a note. I don't think my friends and I have done that since elementary school. It makes it seem really sweet. Maybe a little intimate, too. We're moving right along here. Or maybe I'm reading into this piece of paper way too much. Am I? I make up my mind and jot down an answer. Bring it on, mofo. By that I mean yes. But then I hesitate again. Should I sign it with a heart? That might be too straightforward, but it also might make Josuke really happy. My pen is hovering over the paper, the biggest decision of my note-passing career in front of me. Nah, not yet. I can't bring myself to do it. The thought of laying it on too thick and creeping Josuke out has me laying my pen down. I nod my head and read it over. It's just right, not too much and not too little. I think so. I slide it back to Josuke, keeping my eyes forward on Mr. Jonathan all the while. Josuke doesn't pass anything to me, and after a minute, I look covertly over to him. He's still acting like he's hyper interested in the lesson, but there's the smallest smile tugging on the corner of his lips. Or tugging the corner of his lips up. Oops. No, there was an Iggy! I totally missed the Iggy on the I missed the Iggy. No, I didn't. I saw it. You guys saw me saw it. Whatever. When the class ends, Josuke waits for me by the door. Couldn't he have done this in the first place and not pass a note? It makes me think he couldn't wait until after class to ask me. Cute. I hope you're ready for that ass kicking. And by that I mean I hope you're thirsty. I'm always thirsty, especially when it's something I don't have to pay for. Josuke laughs. I feel that, man. I sit on the wide edge of the fountain as Josuke goes to the nearby vending machines. Almost everyone has already left. There's a few stragglers here and there, but other than that, we're alone. Yo, developers! You might want to capitalize theirs and also put a apostrophe in front of the S. That's a contraction for there is. I look at the bottom of the fountain where a few coins are scattered about. The water makes them look wavering and fat. I let my fingers skim the top of the surface. Skim the top of the surface. The water is chilly, but not unpleasant. Why the hell does the school need a fountain? It seems like a waste of money to me. I don't know if there's coins in it, it probably pays for itself. It's still pretty cool, though. Sorry to keep you waiting. He holds out 2 cans, 1 grape and 1 apple. I point at the apple one, he hands it over before sitting down next to me and cracking his open. So, what do you think? Think of what? Josuke takes a sip of his juice before gesturing to the schoolyard. of the school now that you've gotten a full day in. I answer him honestly. It's not bad. Definitely not what I was expecting. Josuke grins at me. All the new people say that. I guess they think it's gonna be all doom and gloom since the problem kids all come here, but it's actually really chill. I open my juice and take a sip. It's nice and cold. Does this school get a lot of new kids? You don't strike me as a problem kid. Damn, this juice is tasty. You don't strike me as a problem kid. He looks a little sheepish. Well, I mean, I wouldn't exactly say I'm a problem kid, but I do have a bit of a temper sometimes. Do you? I wouldn't know. Huh, he really doesn't strike me as someone with a short fuse. You learn something new every day, I guess. I say that all the time. So, is that why you're here then? Josuke shrugs, turning his juice can in his hands absently. Yeah, I was going to Morio High School, but I got in a little fight the first day of school. He shrugs again. But this place really isn't bad. I've met a lot of cool people and stuff. And I mean, he refuses to take his eyes off his drink. You're so sheepish, Josuke. I wouldn't have met you if I was still going to Morio, so there's that. I'm too shocked to say anything. I look down at my own juice can and feel my face heating up. We sit in silence for a while, taking small sips of our drinks and just enjoying each other's company. Ah! Josuke hops up from the fountain, hops, and nearly stumbles over himself as he takes a few bounds away to distance himself from the fountain. So I'm so confused. I look at the fountain, not understanding what made him freak out so hardcore. And that's when I see it. Turtneref! No, it's just a turtle. That one ain't Polnareff. It's so cute! A turtle is on the edge of the round fountain, ambling its way around. I look to Josuke, and his eyes are glued to the little critter. His chest is heaving, and his expression is wild. Are you okay? No, I'm not. Is it looking at me? He walks in a distressed circle, his hands behind his head. That little bastard is looking at me. I set my juice down and stand up, brushing off the seat of my uniform. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the turtle. My immediate instinct is to get rid of the problem, so I set my juice to the side and get up. No, I just want to pet it! Josuke is still pacing around, but he's watching my every move like a hawk. I move over to the turtle and pick him up. His head and legs retract into his shell defensively. I won't hurt ya. Oh my god, put it down! I'm moving him. Josuke lets out a distressed noise and paces faster. There's some nearby bushes. I bring the little fellow over to them and set him down gently. His head pops out almost immediately and begins slowly scrambling away. I get up with a grunt and turn back to Josuke, showing him my empty hands. Crisis averted! Josuke still looks on edge, but I can see him relax somewhat. We take a seat at the fountain again. Josuke is looking around himself. Maybe he thinks the turtle's gonna tell his friends and they're gonna come back for revenge. Revenge of the turtles! You okay? Josuke sighs heavily through his nose before smiling. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Reptiles kinda creep me out. The understatement of the century. I smile back at him and shrug. You know, Planters Peanuts? Josuke furrows his brow, obviously confused. I'm confused as well. Yeah. I used to have nightmares about their mascot. To this day, I have to walk a little faster through the snack aisle when I'm at the store. Josuke's eyes widen before he lets out a laugh. Hey, I didn't laugh at your fear. No, it's not that, He gives me a grin. His blue eyes are soft. Thanks. I shrug and take another sip of my juice, trying to ignore the way my heart's thundering in my chest. We finished our drinks and get up together to throw them away. I guess I'll see you tomorrow? You can count on it. He gives me a wave and we part ways. Well, I guess that's episode 1. I'm not sure how long this recording has been going on, but worst case scenario, if this one is too short, I can keep on playing through the next part. I want to see more characters and cameos and stuff like that, but I'm just going to end this part right here, and I will continue it shortly. Ciao!